We are ready for hockey on this Friday night. The Panthers and the Wild here in Minnesota. BB&T takes us inside the net. Should be a great goaltending matchup.
Should be a good one. Tim Thomas was really good last game against Anaheim, stopping 32 of 34 in the Panthers' victory. He gets the start of the first start of this first 5-game road trip down to the other end. Josh Harding, 10-2-2. What an amazing season he's having. First in goals against average and second in save percentage for Harding.
One of those after regulation losses was last month to Thomas and the Panthers, 2-1 at the BB&T Center in a shootout. Marcel Gottsch begins with the 5 goals at center. He's got Kopetsky on one wing and Jesse Winchester back in the lineup on the other wing after serving that 3-game suspension. He was hotter than a pistol when we last saw him. And we're underway here in Minnesota. Again, Jimmy Hayes, acquired last night from Chicago, not in the lineup tonight, as is Gomez, also out of the lineup, along with Gilroy.
And for Peter Horachek and the Panthers starting a 5-game road trip and looking to build off that strong game last game versus Anaheim where they came away with the victory. And down at the other end, Mike Yeo, they are on quite a roll. The Wild playing their best hockey of the year. You can see since October 22nd, 8-1-1. That's the best record in the NHL in that span.
They've got the most points on home ice in the NHL as well. Vegas don't give up any goals. That's the bottom line. Bukestad is out there now. He's got a ton of folks in Panther jerseys, family and friends in the building. He grew up here in Minnesota, played, of course, at the University of Minnesota. Fleischman and Huberdeau flank him. And here's Ryan Suter. We'll see him and hear his name a lot tonight. He's going to play about half the game. He averages nearly 30 minutes a game. Remarkable. Here's Koivu moving in and missed the net high. Things opened up for Mikko Koivu there in the offensive zone. Suter up again ahead. Parise. We spoke to the Minnesota forward, Zach Parise, this morning. We'll play that for you at the intermission. Panthers here call for icing. So a whistle-filled opening 47 seconds.
And there's Nick Bukestad, the Blaine, Minnesota native back home. Had to buy a bunch of tickets tonight for family and friends. Used to call that playing for free. You don't get free tickets on the road as a player. You have to buy them for your family and friends. So Nick Bukestad, a little lighter in the wallet today, but happy to be home playing in front of family and friends.
Real big smile and pep in the step this morning, for Bukestad, who coached Peter Horachek in the 3 games he's coached, said Nick Bukestad's been his best forward. He's played 18 minutes plus. Scandell at the point as the Wild win the faceoff. Now Pominville plays it around the boards. Weaver gives Granlund this little shot there. Niederreiter and now Pominville saved by Thomas. Jonathan Huberdeau gets the center, puts it to the Minnesota line. Chopped down and knocked down there by Niederreiter. And Scandella up ahead off the skates of Niederreiter. Kulikov got a piece of it and cleared the other way. Panthers is the first of back-to-backs. Tomorrow night with you from Colorado, where the Avalanche have been red hot. That's a 9 o'clock start, our start on Fox Sports Florida. And icing the other way called on Minnesota now.
And you touched on it, Nick Bukestad. Peter Horachek said he's been our most consistent forward as well. You can see he was Mr. Hockey back in 2009, 2010. The outstanding senior high school player in the state. Pretty impressive. 2 years at the University of Minnesota. And Big Nick Bukestad playing his best hockey of the year for the Panthers.
Off the faceoff, Barkov and Granlund got tied up. But Scandella's there. Barkov deftly knocks it down and gives to Upshaw, who's been hot. Upshaw puts it out in front, deflected away, though. Brad Boys had a game winner the other night against Anaheim. Goodbranson's wrister went wide, and Minnesota clears to center. Goodbranson again paired up with Mike Motto as Gilroy is scratched. Cut off by Scandella, flipped the other way. Now it's picked up by Brodziak, tries to make his way in, but couldn't do it with possession. Goodbranson took a solid shoulder there from Matt Cook, but able to get the puck up ahead. Suter holds it in, the wrist shot. Knocked down in front, it skips off to the corner. Bergenheim now on with Matthias. Boys still out there. Now they'll complete the shift as Barch jumps over. We'll expect to see Jimmy Hayes, who's wearing 12 for the Panthers. He was at the morning skate, participated in the pregame skate as well, but I guess with all the travel, they figured they'll give him the night off, and we assume anyway he'd make his Panther debut tomorrow night. That trade late last night around 10:30, 11 o'clock. The Panthers pulling the trigger. Stoner shoots, and a glove save for Tim Thomas 2.5 minutes into the game.
Ryan Suter's he leads the league in ice time. Pretty amazing what he's been able to do here. In last 3 games, he's been playing all kinds of ice time. over 36 minutes a game. Look at this, the last 3 games. And since the time on ice became a stat back in 2001, that is the most that any player has played in 3 consecutive games. Just amazing minutes he's logging here in Minnesota.
Now, Panthers coach Peter Horachek was an assistant in Nashville all those years when Suter was there, and he ran the defense, so he was in charge of Suter, and he told us the story this morning. One game, he only played 24 minutes, and Suter came in and said, "Is there a problem, coach? Did I do something wrong? Are you mad at me?" He wants to be out there, that's for sure. Huberdeau tries to clear ahead, gets it to Bjugstad. And now Gilbert, another Minnesota native. He's from Bloomington, played here for the Wild as well. In behind the Minnesota net, Bjugstad knocked away by Koivu. Coyle checked by Bjugstad. Puck funneled around, and now Suter's got it. He gives it away, though, to Fleischmann. Huberdeau now. Fleischmann picks it up, and a hand pass will be called on the Panthers. Unfortunately, Bjugstad was going to the net from the angle.
Peter Horachek called Suter the most efficient defenseman in the NHL. Number 20 right there. And if he's going to play those big minutes, you got to punish him physically. Every time he's on the ice, got to try and get a piece of his body, make the night difficult for him. If you make it easy, those high minutes become that much easier to play. They'll have that much more of effect on the game. And year number 9 for Suter.
Konopka gets tossed from the faceoff circle. He's remarkable in the circle. He's going at 65% this year, so it's Heatley against Gotch, and Gotch wins it. Gotch has been good this year in the circle.
Leads the Panthers over 53%.
Yeah, he and Bjugstad have been solid in that department. Motto is back, swings it cross ice, and Kopecky flips it ahead. Gotch tried to glove it down, couldn't get out of the zone. Heatley sets up Konopka, but Motto blocked the shot, gets the puck to Kopecky, and this time just off the boards and out. Branson with a good shoulder on Konopka. Motto, the 35-year-old defenseman, second game as a Panther since the call-up from the AHL. Now the battle in behind the Panther net. Barkov comes in, fishes it free. Lead pass off the skates of Winchester. Panthers better be careful. They got to get out of the zone. This is not a team you want to fall behind against.
Tough to play catch-up. Gotch mishandled one there off the skates of Winchester. Got to make sure you get the pucks out every chance you get.
And to score, boy, you're going to have to work hard. Get to the front of the net, something Peter Horachek talked to us about this morning. Got to pay that price. Granlund along with Boys. Upshaw steps in, and a penalty coming up. They're going to call that rough. It was a little pop to the head, and I think they're going to call that one. Not Boys.
Not a great penalty in the offensive zone. Panthers will be shorthanded. Man down for the first time. Brad Boys heads over to the box.
Florida number 24, 2 minutes for roughing.
In against Granlund. Reaches out and punches him back in the head. You just can't do that. That's an undisciplined penalty early in this first period for Boys.
Wild power play, 5th in the NHL. Koivu with Coyle and Parise, ace underwriting group, brings us this penalty kill for the Panthers. Winchester will take the faceoff, and he wins it back for Campbell. And now Matthias with a lane. They've got Suter and Pominville out there as well. Pominville's been red hot. He's got 11 goals now this year, the former Sabre. So a big kill early for the Panthers. Parise feeds behind the net for Big Coyle. Gets it up to Pominville. Matthias attacked him. Pominville able to hold it in. Now Koivu. They get set up with the 4 forwards out there along with Suter. Pominville shot blocked by Weber. Pominville again. Gets it through cross ice out in front. Parise tips it in. Tic-tac-toe. And the Wild take the lead early on.
Parise had 9 goals coming in, 5 of them on the power play. That's power play goal number 6 for Parise on that doorstep, and just kind of hanging out there. They don't collapse back fast enough. Weaver can't get there, but it's the quick passing. Parise on that side of the net. Tim Thomas had no chance. Ryan Campbell, you see number 51, though, in the middle of your screen. He has his stick in the air. You got to get that stick on the ice and try and get those sticks in lanes. That passing lane was wide open, right on the stick of Parise. He has a slam dunk. Minnesota has the lead.
Now, what about the first passing lane to get across ice in the first place?
You got to try and get your sticks in lanes and try and take that away. And once you start going through that box as a power play unit, that's when the penalty killers get in trouble.
So the Wild strike first. Bukestad hammers one off a stick and up and out of play. Parise from Koivu and Pominville the goal. NASCAR fans, now's your chance to buy the Ultimate Sports Pack for $99. Get a ticket to the race, a pre-race pit pass, a ticket for a Panthers game, and post-game slap shot. Go to floridapanthers.com/NASCAR.
And that early lead, Parise gets Minnesota in front. Tough team to play catch-up hockey against. And it goes back to that undisciplined penalty by Boys. Really a penalty you can't take.
Offsides call here. Again, Billy, it's a case where we've seen this a number of times. And, you give the Wild credit. They did a nice job there. They've got a good power play. But the Panthers continue to make controllable errors that put themselves behind the eight ball, whether it's a turnover, penalties.
And it's tough. You come in here in this building and just easy on the forecheck, and Brad Boys just simply punched the defenseman right in the head. Just something you can't do. You got to be aware early in the game. Take that penalty, and those ones are tougher to kill. Those big hits, those impact hits, where you take a penalty, those things are easier to kill on a team, and that one there, unfortunately, led to Minnesota's first goal.
Look out here, chance in front. Thomas the save, the rebound still loose, and Thomas down on his back has it. Oh, boy.
Turnover, Motto, and just quickly in front. Tim Thomas had to come up big. Another soft play behind the net. Got to be hard. Just rim it around hard if you're Motto. Tim Thomas able to bail out his teammates. And they're just Motto behind that net. Just rim it hard. Get it out. Trying to make that quick little pass turnover, and Tim Thomas had to come up large.
Parise now with that goal. 11 points in his last 11 games and half a dozen goals. He's really finding his way now here in Minnesota. Gotch gives to Kopecky at the goal line, shovels it up to the point. Tom Gilbert down for Gotch. Winchester takes the hit from Brodziak. Kopecky along the wall trying to work it free along with Winchester, and Winchester pushes his way through. Winchester with Suter now. Gotch is there, floats it back behind the net. Brodin battling, Winchester again. Good shift by Winchester. Here's Kopecky one more time. Kopecky sets up Gilbert. The shot came right through the crease. Down low again, it's Kopecky losing the puck. Winchester again. Jesse Winchester sends it in front, deflected on goal by Kopecky, and it's stopped by Harding. Matthias now out there. His stick got tied up. They let play continue to go. Panthers hold it in the zone. They're buzzing now. Kopecky's shot floats wide. Gilbert back to the point. Here's Chris March whining. He didn't get all of that. It fluttered on him. And Ryan Suter finally on the clear for Minnesota. So the first time in the game, the Panthers spend some time in the offensive end and get their first shot.
Hard-working shift. Kopecky gets the shot.
Heatley picked off the Matthias pass. Matthias nicely on the back check along with Bergenheim. Good effort there by those two. And now Bergenheim skates in. That puck was blocked away by Prosser. It also jumped up and caught him in the face for a moment. He was stung. And Minnesota forced to ice the puck.
Thomas Kopecky gets that shot on the net for the Panthers. Thomas Kopecky, 43 shots on net, second in the team, doesn't have a goal yet. It's going to break for him sooner or later, and hopefully when it does, it breaks in a big way.
Bukestad along with Fleischmann and Huberdeau now on the offensive zone draw. Minnesota 5-1 of the shots advantage early on. Konopka in there for Minnesota. And Stoner back behind his own net for the Wild. 11-4-4 on the season for Minnesota. Michael Yeo, the head coach, doing a super job here in Minnesota with this team. Stoner, Bukestad on the forecheck through the body. But Prosser able to clear it ahead. Heatley backhands in, goes off on a change.
And the goals are going to be a premium. Tough to come by. Minnesota's second in goals against at 2 per game. and they give up the least shots in the NHL, so everything has to go towards the goaltender, Harding.
Panthers able to get a third period power play goal when they played last month in Sunrise to get the game tied at 1 and then won the shootout. Now it's Parise looking up to the point. Spurgeon, Scandella jumps on the puck off the boards. Shot was blocked by Goodbranson. Coyle in deep, rolls it around to the corner, Parise. Goodbranson with another good hit. He's been physical here early on, Goodbranson. Bukestad ahead, Fleischmann flips it out of the zone. Barkov up to center, but it's stolen away. Pominville sends Granlund over the Panther line offsides. Niederreiter was in just a touch early. First period here in Minnesota, and Zach Parise on the power play has the Wild on top. 21-year-old Nick Bukestad making his way back home from Minnesota. Played at the University of Minnesota, and he's in the lineup tonight. He had a smile on his face this morning, and a number of supporters here tonight. See the kids with the light the lamp number 27. They'd like to see that. And Bukestad really coming into his own, has been playing some good hockey for the Panthers. Right now, Florida down 1-0 on the Parise goal. Campbell sends it all the way down, and we're going to get yet another icing call. So we've had a lot of them early on in the first 9 minutes. Trans-Siberian Orchestra is coming to the BB&T Center the day after Thanksgiving. 2 shows at 4 o'clock and 8 o'clock. Go to Ticketmaster.com or call 954-835-SHOW.
Peter Horchak said it best. You're going to work for your goals this evening. You're going to have to get in there. You got to get hard to the net. But everything against this Minnesota team comes through hard work.
Gilbert plays it up the boards for Boys. He flips it ahead. Upshaw trying to track it down and does. Spins it around for Barkov, who lets it go through to Campbell. Loose puck came right in front of the net. Campbell got a skate on it. Upshaw turns. Chance in front for Boys. No, it hit the post. Oh, Boys put the stick up, thought it was in. I thought Boys had one there. He was all alone in front. My goodness.
Went right off the iron behind Harding. Started with a good entry into the Minnesota territory. Can see, use the boards to speed. Great chip by Boys to Upshaw. That allows the Panthers to enter the zone. Barkov in good support position, and then Boys wide open in front. Chimes it off the post. Inches away, but it started with a great entry into the zone, chipping to speed. That allowed the Panthers to get that chance, and Boys, a little frustration.
Now, good hard work there by Upshaw, what you were talking about, the only way to get goals against Minnesota. And you're not going to get that many opportunities. You don't want to let them go by the boards. Weaver works over Parise, but Koivu able to get out, and look out. Koivu catches up to the puck, puts the brakes on at the blue line. Slides it around for Parise. Scandella up at the blue line. Goes cross ice. The Spurgeon slap shot deflected by Koivu wide. Scandella again. Had a little trouble with it. Plays it in behind the net. Coyle comes down in front. Parise couldn't get a deflection on goal. Now Spurgeon shoots. Saved by Thomas. Scandella fires. Blocked by Weaver. And we get a whistle. We're going to have a penalty call. It's going to be a slash in the offensive zone on the Wild. So the Panthers will get their power play chance. Minnesota was pressing.
Up by 1 on a goal by Parise. Nick Bukestad, good defensive hockey. Roll this as a centerman. Get back to that front of the net. 2 defensemen behind. The awareness by Bukestad to get hard in front to prevent that goal. Nick Bukestad playing both ends of the rink. They're coming back, and you got to protect the house, as they call it, in front of the net. They're good awareness to get in front of his goaltender, to Tim Thomas, to deflect that puck.
Parise called for a slash in the offensive zone, so the Panthers will get their power play chance. Power play has looked a bit better over the last few games. Free at the dot. Upshaw there along the boards. Gilbert plays it back around. Barkov battling. Down low, Suter works it free. Brodziak trying to clear. And gets it ahead. Koivu at center.
Peter Horachek said they got to take the puck to the net harder, more aggressively on the power play. So look for that this evening.
Here comes Upshaw getting power play time. Boy, he's picked up his game in a big way. Barkov now. Looking. Cross ice. Brodziak got a stick on that one. Those passes aren't going to work very often all the way through the slot.
Get a chance on the power play, and you got to be able to capitalize against teams like Minnesota. Another area Minnesota's good at is 5-on-5 hockey. They're the best even-strength team, so these power play opportunities are coming at a premium for the Panthers.
Fleischmann now gets it over the line, but played back to center. Mitchell on his horse got there to play it deep into the Panther zone. The Bukestad line now on the man advantage. Here comes Thomas Fleischmann. Moving his way through center and over the line. Fleischmann takes a shot. Harding is there, and he'll hang on.
That's a good entry by Fleischmann. For this Panther power play, now 51 seconds. And you're going to see speed, entries in. Good support. Fleischmann just weaves his way through all four Minnesota players. Able to get that shot and get this offensive zone faceoff.
So on comes Winchester on the power play with Gotch and Kopetsky. Winchester, a 3-game point streak going before that suspension for 3 games. Gotch cleanly wins the draw. Back for Kulikov at the point. Under pressure, Minnesota will pressure that puck immediately. Now it's Gotch. Holding. Winchester's out in front. Couldn't get a deflection on goal. Brodziak with a lane. Lifts it all the way down. 8.5 to go in the first. Parise on the power play early on, the only goal. Winchester trying to get in, tipped away. Goodbranson got there. Gotch in the corner. Behind the net now. And the Wild are on it. Another clear in the length of the ice for Matt Cook. Thomas way out of his net. Goodbranson sends Kopetsky on his way. Stoner gives him a shove. Kopetsky holds the puck, goes cross ice with it. Stoner, played by Boyce, flips it out in front. Power play is over. Parise's back. Minnesota kills it off. And now Koivu. Lead pass for Coyle. Campbell under pressure. Parise jumping on the puck. Parise keeps those feet moving, plays it to the point. That shot deflected wide. Koivu puts it towards the front of the net. It comes all the way through. Prosser now, checked by Upshaw. Minnesota, you could tell right here, the hard-working team that they are. They just do not give up on any pucks. And it's Koivu again. Parise quickly moves it to Stoner, the defenseman. Now Campbell with Coyle in the corner. Parise crashes in again. Coyle able to control. Coyle spinning. Lost it to Barkov. Brad Boyes. Upshaw able to clear. Spurgeon right back over the Panther line down the wing. Plays it around for Koivu. His shot. Glove save for Thomas. He'll hold it. Big East basketball comes to Fox tomorrow. You can watch the Ohio State Buckeyes take on Marquette tomorrow afternoon. It's a 1 o'clock tip-off Eastern, only on Fox. Peter Horachek's Panthers being outshot 7-2 here in the first. Minnesota wins the faceoff. The shot was blocked away in front. Niederreiter was right there. Bergenheim is out. Then dumps in. Spurgeon. Bergenheim went for a big hit, got a piece of Spurgeon. Now Bergenheim moving out in front. Matthias, sharp angle, try to throw it in front. Cut off by Granlund. Played ahead, Niederreiter. Drop pass, Spurgeon puts it out in front, and they score! Nobody picked up. Man cutting to the net. And now a 2-0 Minnesota lead here in the first.
All the way from our own end, and for the Panthers, pretty structurally sound. 3 men back, but then they just don't commit back. Everyone, just Bergenheim fell asleep. just simply fell asleep. Just down on that side of the net. Quickly up, Pominville gets the goal. He's been red hot. Unable to sort things out on the back check. And again, it just boils down to basic hockey. Sean Bergenheim was there. It's 3-on-3. Just does not pick up Pominville. Left him wide open, and the Panthers pay a heavy price, down 2.
Pominville on a tear, 12 goals now on the year. Well, at the beginning of the season, they gave him that huge 5-year contract. A lot of people questioned it. But he is playing great hockey and scoring, and now the Panthers really need to settle down here. 2-0 Minnesota lead, a very difficult team to come back against.
The mental lapses, Peter Horchek talks about it a lot. You got to be able to fight your way through that stuff, but back 3-on-3, it's simple hockey, basic hockey. You just got to find men and pick them up.
Kopetsky dumps in. Prosser. Gotch gives him a check. Free puck at the line. Did Gilbert hold it in? Yes, he did.
And this is one team you just can't give goals to, Minnesota.
Winchester. Puck deflects in behind the net. Gotch on the far side. Now Kopetsky puts it out in front. No white jersey there. And Mitchell has a lane to get out. Campbell at a race with Konopka. Gilbert moves it along for Winchester. Kopetsky at center now. On the shoot-in, and he'll go off on a change.
Last game down 2-0 to Anaheim. Tim Thomas was spectacular the rest of the way. It's going to have to be the same tonight. Tim Thomas is going to have to shut the door.
Koivu now, shifting in behind Thomas's net. Looking in front, Koivu holds on, goes to the line for Scandella. The wrister deflected over the net. Motto around for Barch. But it was knocked away by Koivu. Koivu now dancing along the wall, Spurgeon at the line, trying to get a lane. Has one, and Thomas makes the glove save. 4:21 to go in the first. The Minnesota Wild really playing well. They've got a 2-0 lead.
Breezy and Pominville has Minnesota goals. Bergenheim with Pominville, you can roll it, and you got to have that head on a swivel. And it just takes 1 second. He picked him up later, but just that 1 second of hesitation, Pominville hard to the net, and he finds it right on his stick. It doesn't take much in the NHL. They just need that one stride. Pominville's been smoking hot. He has to his team-leading goal total with number 12.
Minnesota now third in the NHL in first period goals. They have done a great job right off the get-go, and you can tell that work ethic, the discipline, they're ready to play games. Upshaw got a piece of that, was looking to run off, but couldn't do it. Motto spun around down low. Barkov, nice little play to get it ahead, and Boys gets the center. Goodbranson jumping up. Goodbranson fires. Stick save for Josh Harding. Boys out in front, and Suter able to control. Upshaw again put that puck right in front of the net. He set up Boys earlier in the period, but he hit the post. Scotty Upshaw, you can tell the way he's speaking and carrying himself. He feels like a leader now in this team. Of course, played for Peter Horachek in the Nashville organization, so feels like he knows the system, playing in all situations in the penalty kill, power play. Loose puck right in front. Suter gathers it in. Pominville out to center. His pocket picked by Bukestad.
Scotty Pep in the step. Having more fun. He's got a smile on his face.
Steal here, Granlund. Man in front. They couldn't get it to Niederreiter cleanly, and a penalty coming up. I mean, the Panthers just got to be more careful with that puck in their own zone. Scoring chance, and that leads to the penalty.
Frustrating for Peter Horachek. Panthers shorthanded, trying to go clear across the ice with a pass.
Number 77, Florida. 2 minutes slashing.
Lucky they were able to escape that chance in front, but a slashing call down in the corner. Granlund gets a stick knock out of his hands by Gilbert, but that cross-ice pass is hard to make. It doesn't connect. Turnover, and Gilbert will be in the box for 2 minutes.
Still really dangerous now late in the first. Already down a pair. Minnesota's power play scored in a hurry on its first chance. Gotch hustles over and goes off the boards and all the way down.
This penalty kill becomes a necessity at the end of this first period.
Suter leads the rush. Pominville Down the wing, puts it behind the Panther net. Coyle moves it around Parise. Koivu had to peel back to play the puck. Carries, finds Parise, circles, and now Ryan Suter on that blue line. Parise again. Koivu comes out in front. The pass in front. They couldn't get a shot off. Pominville controls. Koivu's out in front of Tim Thomas's net, looking for a straight. Now he goes to the side of the net. Parise holds the puck. And Suter had it hop over his stick. Panthers try to get some new penalty killers on, and they do. Campbell got a stick on it. He and Coyle to the corner. Coyle plays it to the end boards. Parise. Koivu flex off the stick of Kopetsky, but gets through to Pominville. Pominville fakes the one-timer, gets the middle of the ice, sets up Koivu moving in. Hit Campbell's skate, the centering pass did. Campbell trying to clear. That hit Coyle. Weaver will try. Up the boards and out.
Remember, last game against Anaheim, Panthers down 2-0. We're shorthanded a couple times in the second period. Got a couple of huge penalty kills. And then they started getting the thing going in the right direction. So maybe this penalty kill here, if they get through it, give the Panthers some life.
Danny Heatley drops it off to the point. Brodin. Granlund takes the shot. Stick save for Thomas through the traffic. Spurgeon holds it in the zone. Brodin. Now Spurgeon again. That shot was stopped by Thomas, and he holds on with a couple of big bodies. Heatley and Niederreiter right in front.
That's the thing Thomas does well. He fights his way through traffic. Spurgeon gets that better shooting lane, but Thomas there fighting through it, able to hold. Look at all that. Look at him look around, though. Battling. Tim Thomas finds that puck and is able to hold it for the faceoff. Good thing about Tim Thomas, too, down a couple. I mean, last game, down a couple, it seemed to really intensify his focus the rest of the way. That veteran goaltender, he's been through this before.
Wild win the faceoff. Loose side of the net now. Good Branson. Here's Gilbert out of the box. Big kill for the Panthers. With a minute to go in the first. Fontaine couldn't clear it. Stolen away by Huberdeau. Bukestad working. Brodziak has it swiped by Fleischmann. Here's Huberdeau. Sending it right through the slot. Weaver fires glove save. Harding down on his pads, grabbing the Weaver slapper.
The flexibility for Harding. Good job getting that puck through traffic. Look at the flexibility by Harding. The full splits to grab it with the glove. Quite a story for Harding. He has multiple sclerosis, something that he's had to deal with, and taking the medicine and fighting through it. And you can see at home, his numbers have just been simply right through the roof. That low goals against average, a .952 save percentage. Nick Backstrom was the starter here. He got hurt. Josh Harding is taking over the reins, and he might be the guy the rest of the way he's playing.
And Backstrom with a head injury. Nazem Kadri of the Leafs got suspended 3 games for hitting Backstrom here the other night. Barkov takes his man to the boards. Scandella. Boys battling with Koivu. Koivu plays it up the boards. Upshaw there. Flips it back down low. Barkov with 15 to go in the period. Spurgeon, though, able to control, and Scandella's out to center. And that'll do it for the first period, where Minnesota's very stingy defense able to hold the Panthers to 3 shots on goal. Of course, you had the boys' goal post when it was a 1-0 game, but the Wild right now in charge after the first.
Panthers needed that period to end. Time to go back in the dressing room, regroup, gather your thoughts. But for the Panthers, more commitment, especially to playing the body and playing the right way through that systems. They got to be smarter with their puck decisions. Still 40 minutes to play, plenty of time. After one time for our breakdown, shorthanded, good communication off a penalty kill faceoff. Back, release, and the forward releases. This is a design play. They win the draw. You can see Campbell release, and immediately Matthias releases for the outlet. The Panthers on that penalty kill gets the puck down. And then this is a forecheck. You can roll this one. Or sorry, getting in, trying to establish that forecheck. And then just stop it here. You're going to see Upshaw come all the way over. Barkov's going to go and chip to speed, roll it again. But just good all-around play. Panthers able to get entry into the zone.
Well, here we go in the second period. Panthers just need more, a little more of everything in that opening period. We did see why Minnesota is the number one home team in the NHL. 8-1-2 in its last 11 games. And here we go in the second. Along with Billy Lindsay, I'm Steve Goldstein. Glad you're with us. First of this 5-game road trip out west. Back with you tomorrow against Colorado at 9 o'clock. Kopetsky, along with Gotch, push it to the corner. Jesse Winchester. Brodin works him over. Winchester keeps on moving. Taken away then by Brodziak. And Kopetsky nicely reaches it at the blue line, but it just squeaked over the line. Now Kopetsky pushes it further. Good battle with Suter. Gotch is there. Nice opening shift to this second by the Gotch line. And Brodziak waits, setting up. Here's Suter. Fires ahead, trying to find Fontaine. Parise, fan on a shot attempt from the boards, and Brian Campbell makes his way to center ice.
And for the Panthers, just some momentum-changing shifts. Got to tilt the ice back in their favor.
Coyle ahead, and Koivu to center. Parise. Picked up by Coyle, trying to make one extra move. Couldn't do it cleanly. Good Branson. Bangs it over the line. Huberdeau catches up to the bouncing puck, settles it down. Huberdeau looking for some help. Spurgeon is right with him. Here's the point shot. Knocked down in front and hits Scandella. And now the other way, Spurgeon. Good Branson there with him. Koivu bottom of the circle. Picked up now by Parise. The shot. Coyle got it to Spurgeon along the boards. Back up high, Parise over to Scandella. He's got a lane and shoots wide. Big hop off the end boards, and it's tipped away in front. Coyle may have gotten a piece of that shot. And it goes up and out of play off those lively boards. The Panthers are home Thanksgiving week, including the night before Thanksgiving, and celebrate Hanukkah with us on ice. It's the Cats and the Rangers. All kinds of Hanukkah festivities, the menorah lighting, FloridaPanthers.com/Hanukkah on ice. Panthers home Monday the 25th against the Flyers, then that Ranger game, and then that Saturday against Pittsburgh. A Thanksgiving hockey feast, if you will. And Billy will have a couple of off days in Vancouver. You and I could do a little Hanukkah shopping for my present. Just have the credit card ready.
Got to phone the wife. You got to okay it. Everything goes through her. So
oh, stop.
If you want
to
get home and phone it through.
That is awful.
You can get it off her.
Excuse me, anybody in the Boca Raton area tonight, if you find a pair of pants lost, they belong to Bill Lindsay. I mean, you got to get those pants back, buddy.
Happy wife, happy life.
Good point.
Learn that early.
Here's Brad Boyes in the offensive zone. Weaver. Actually, give me a chance to talk to Mrs. Lindsay. Always nice. One of the nicest people around.
I can't get the credit card offer, so if you can, that would be pretty impressive.
I'm not going to bother. I'll buy my own gift. Here's Barkov now. Cross ice. Kulikov takes a shot. It rises high above the net. Campbell jumped on, trying to hold it in at the line, and does. Stoner with Boyes. They cancel each other out, and Prosser away with it for Minnesota. Matthias tipped it in. Harding able to play the puck calmly away from a hard-charging Sean Matthias. Boy, Harding's been something else with that 1.21 goals against average for the Wild this year. Gilbert. And now Barch takes a shot. Blocker save. Matthias down low. Puts it out in front. Tipped away to the boards. Matthias after it again. Campbell up high, deflected by Bergenheim, never got to the net. Matthias again, and Barch trying to lose Konopka. Gives the puck to Bergenheim. Konopka got a stick on it. Barch continues to work. Here's Campbell taking a wrist shot, and Harding saw it all the way, so some good shifts to start this second period for the Panthers. There's Barch yapping with a Wild player.
We got to be able to spend some time down in Minnesota territory. Minnesota only gives up 24.1 shots per game. That's best in the NHL. Now what that tells me, there's not a lot of second chances against the goaltenders, not a lot of odd man rushes, so you got to find a way to make life miserable for the goaltender Harding. You got to be able to get that traffic, get to rebounds, and Just all comes down to outworking your opponent when it comes to Minnesota.
Only 3 shots in the first. The Panthers already have 2 here in the second. Brodin off the faceoff, backhands up the boards. Here's Gilbert holding it in, throwing it, and it got all the way through wide. And the Panthers forced the icing call. Gilbert a step ahead of Fontaine.
And for the Panthers, back at it tomorrow night in Colorado. And if you're Coach Peter Horachek, you're going to have to use your bench. It's a busy schedule, so everyone's going to have to play. You have to balance out that ice time, and that's why it's important. Everyone on that bench, up and down, to give some quality minutes for their coach, Peter Horachek.
And competition with extra bodies to get into the lineup and get on the ice. Bjugstad against Brodziak in the face-off circle, and Bjugstad won it back to the point. Fleischmann behind the net. Fleischmann holds the puck along the boards, plays it back around. Here's Huberdeau now. Jonathan Huberdeau gives to Campbell, but it's knocked away. Gilbert back at his own blue line. Matt Cook working the forecheck. Campbell, though, able to control. Fleischmann backhand pass, Bjugstad, Huberdeau on the wing. Huberdeau cuts out in front with a chance. It goes wide. Huberdeau checked by Suter. Here's Bjugstad. Got jammed up with Brodziak there.
We've seen Bjugstad draw a number of penalties by keeping those feet moving.
Another icing on the Wild.
Panthers now starting to get a little better shifts underneath them. And the ice leaders on both teams, Brian Suter, Brian Campbell, play heavy minutes. And the thing about both of them, their skating ability. They're just so efficient with the way they handle their ice time. In that first period, both over 10 minutes, both on pace to play over half the game. Timeout's been called.
How do you like this one? It's fairly early in the game. You got a 2-goal lead, but the Panthers have been with a good start in the second period. You like this timeout by the Wild coach?
Mike Yeo maybe trying to settle things down, knowing there's a little bit of a push from the Panthers. Gets the icing. He has a tired group on the ice. Doesn't want to take any chances with that 2-0 lead, so he elects to waste his timeout. Mike Yeo, the youngest coach in the NHL, but wastes his time out early in this game. Minnesota will be without one the rest of the way. And goals allowed only 10 in the second period for Minnesota. They are stingy.
So after the timeout, Winchester and Brodziak will take the faceoff. Winchester wins it. Goodbranson over to Motto. Upshaw now takes a shot wide. Ryan Suter stolen away by Winchester. Winchester on the backhand, saved by Harding. Winchester with a swipe at it. Harding's got it. Jesse Winchester strong there, taking the puck and going to the front of the net.
That's a momentum-building shift. Panthers are able to win the faceoff, but Winchester never giving up on the play, reading it right, able to intercept that pass from Suter, and then just pulls his way to the front of the net against Harding.
Well, Winchester never gives up on pucks, does he?
Good stick. Stick on the ice, good things happen. He just kept his stick on the ice and got it in that passing lane. Keep that stick on the ice. You don't take penalties, and the intercept pass is there. Winchester able to take it hard against Harding.
All 7 of his points have come in his last 10 games. Quite a find for the Panthers. Coyle over the Panther line. Got tied up there a bit with the linesman, Derek Nansen. Parisi, nice play to hold it in, but then he lost an edge. But Bjugstad was unable to get it ahead to Fleischmann. Kulikov. Huberdeau shoved by Spurgeon, who gets the puck to Koivu. Return pass for Spurgeon. Good D by Bjugstad, but too good, I guess. And a holding penalty on the Panthers. And after the play, you see Kulikov there. A stick hit him in the face. And the Wild going to go back on the power play.
Bjugstad reached out with that free hand.
Florida, 2-minute minor for holding.
Against Spurgeon, and let's see, there's not much there, boy. That's not a great call against the Minnesota native, Bjugstad. He reached out, but he didn't really grab him. That one was questionable at best.
Yeah, from up here, I thought it was a good defensive play, but, give Spurgeon credit. He gets right over there, Billy. Sticks his backside right in there to get that position. So now another big kill with a 2-goal deficit. One of Minnesota's goals in the game on the power play. Suter and Pominville at the point. Suter for Koivu. Suter again. Koivu. Parise takes a shot that Tim Thomas has all the way in the glove.
Another important penalty kill. They had one at the end of the first period and then into the second period. And your best penalty killer almost always is your goaltender. There, Tim Thomas again coming out. It's his aggressive style. Tim Thomas just doesn't give a lot for shooters to look at because he's way out of that net to cut down angles.
Sitting on 199 wins in his career is Thomas. 10 active goalies have 200. Led, of course, by Marty Brodeur, who has more than everybody in the league's history. Parise, Brodeur's former teammate in New Jersey. Tracks it down in the corner. Pominville's got a goal tonight. Over to Suter. Gets to the dot, cross ice, Parise, centering feed, Pominville, blocked down in front. Free puck to Branson. Got a stick on it, but not out. Here's Suter. And now Koivu. Pominville up high with a slap shot, deflected, and then it bounces on goal. Thomas trying to find it, he's got it, and Branson clears the path in front. Bodies go down. Puck stays out of the net.
Minnesota zipping it around pretty good. In that box, you see the Panthers in that box trying to keep things to the outside. This puck just pinballs. But after that save, you love Gudbranson. Get everyone out of there. 3 Panthers, Winchester, Mathias, and Gudbranson in your screen to clean things up. Make sure they don't get a second chance against the goaltender, Thomas.
So the face-off in the Panther zone. Gudbranson wearing the A again on his sweater. Marcel Gottsch has been perfect in the face-off circle tonight. He's 6 for 6. He'll go against Granlund here. He's 4 of 6. Halfway through the Bukestad penalty. And Gottsch won that one. Weaver tried to get it by Spurgeon. He knocked it down with his body nicely. And Brodin moving in and shooting. Thomas out to meet it. Brodin. And now Danny Heatley. Here's Granlund. Stolen away by Campbell.
Granlund tried to dive there, and good no call by the referee. Could have been an embellishment penalty against Granlund.
It really should have been. That one was pretty blatant. He went down when nothing happened. He fooled the very hockey knowledgeable crowd here in Minnesota. They were booing. Granlund back in for Heatley. Play broken up. Heatley, though, up high for Spurgeon. Out in front now. Heatley centering feed tipped away by Campbell. Brodin. Here's Granlund. On the doorstep. Niederreiter, but he never really got a shot away. It went off his stick, and Thomas covers up. 7 seconds left in the power play for the Wild.
This is what got the Panthers going last game against Anaheim. Couple of big penalty kills. Had one at the end of the first. Now 7 seconds from getting away from this penalty to Bukestad. Special teams so important. Panthers had some good shifts at even strength, so they got to get back to 5-on-5 hockey, put some pressure on this Minnesota team.
Barkov on for this draw here in his own end against Brodziak. Mono got a piece of it, but Brodin puts it to the corner. Barkov now slides it up the boards. Brodin again holds it in. Power play is over. Here's Cook at the end boards. Wild had 4 shots in that power play. And now Bukestad is out. Gets the red line in over the Minnesota line. Brodin. What a good-looking young defenseman he is at age 20, able to play the puck.
Many thought he might have been a Calder favorite last year. He was a Calder favorite. Huberdeau ended up winning it, but paired back there with Suter, and they were quite a dynamic duo.
Huberdeau back covering defensively. Bukestad shifts over the Wild line and shovels it in behind the net. Fleischmann is there. Fleischmann checked by Suter, worked over by Suter. Bukestad joins in. Suter away with it. Bukestad wouldn't let him go easily. Suter then turns it over, and then Fleischmann gets dumped at the goal line. The clear to center. Brodziak going off on a change. Didn't want to touch that puck and take any chances. Coyle plays it around. Cut off by Weaver. He's immediately checked. Puck in behind the net now. Parise with the check on Kulikov. And Parise. Weaver leans on him, forces the turnover. Here's Barkov, getting the red line and shooting in. Stoner is there first. Boys with a good check. Boys pokes it to the point. Here's Campbell, has a lane, moving in, winding and shooting, and he missed the net. Upshaw was out in front. He got chopped down hard. He was looking for a penalty. Look out now. Koivu in the offensive zone. Tries to get it in front. Deflected. Parise with a steal. Couldn't get a shot off. And we've said that so many times, Billy, over the last few weeks. Panthers with good looks have to hit the net.
You definitely have to. And against Minnesota, don't give up a lot of shots. Got to get those shots on net at least to create a rebound chance.
Free puck on that Wild logo at center. Danny Heatley in over the Panther line. And Goodbranson bang, and now they're going to go at it again. Heatley hits Goodbranson. Heatley takes the puck. Mitchell for Konopka. And now Spurgeon at the point. Scandella with a shot. That one hit the outside of the net. Motto on the loose puck. Spurgeon, who has been impressive tonight, able to keep it in the zone. Now it comes to center. Bergenheim sends Barch down the wing. Chris Barch holding, getting towards the front of the net. Harding makes the save. Spurgeon resets in his own end. Open man is Konopka. Flips it towards the front of the net. Tipped away. Campbell. Kopetsky. Niederreiter trying to hold it in. He couldn't, so he'll have to reset. We've crossed the halfway point of the game. The Wild, 2 goals in the first. Parise and Pominville. This one going to roll just wide of the net, so we'll get an icing on the Panthers. The Panthers will be hosting a series of free hockey clinics for kids and adults November 24th at the Saveology.com Iceplex. For all the information, go online at floridapanthers.com/hockey clinics.
I will be there, along with Brian McCabe, Ray Shepard, so looking forward to that.
Very nice. Well, the Panthers, Billy, going to try to get that momentum back again after they had to kill that penalty. They had a good start to the second period, spending time in the Minnesota zone. Already more shots in the second than they had all of the first.
And there the Panthers had a tired group, and again, Kopetsky went in and got kicked out on purpose to save some time.
You've been seeing that quite a bit lately.
It's a play they've used and something that they've obviously talked about.
Rodziak carrying. Here's Brodin with a wrist shot. Fighting it through the traffic was Thomas. He's down now. Puck comes towards the point. Brodin fires, hit a man in front. Prosser. Shot wide, carries to the point again. Right towards the net, deflected high. Prosser again. Matt Cook. Chopped down by Kulikov, picked up by Gotch.
Panthers unable to complete that line change. Finally, that Gotch, Winchester, Kopetsky line able to get off the ice. They were dead tired.
And that very questionable tough penalty call on Bjugstad. Even though Minnesota didn't score in the power play, gave them a little life. Now they're back to the way they were playing in the first. After the good start for the Panthers to the second. Granlund intercepted by Bjugstad. Trying to lose Pominville. Weaver under pressure from Niederreiter. Campbell, and now Weaver. Huberdeau. Campbell gets around Pominville. Fleischmann is in. Pass Niederreiter. Fleischmann holds. Off the bench is Goodbranson. The blast, he broke his stick. Gilbert was able to jump on. Pominville into the offensive zone, around the boards, and there's Gilbert.
Those sticks break a lot, don't they? At the most inopportune times. Goodbranson right there just came off the bench. He wanted to lambaste that one, and the stick just shatters.
Bjugstad finds Brad Boyes. Motto jumping up. Motto's got the puck with a shot. Bad save for Harding. Boys working along the wall. He goes down. Penalty on Parisi. That's his second penalty of the game. So nice work there by Brad Boys. And the Panthers, who are down 2-0, will have a power play chance. Trying to get on the scoreboard.
Parisi in the penalty box. Panthers with the man advantage. Good work by Brad Boys. Down in that corner, working hard, moving his feet. Little elusiveness and a quick stop. Parisi gets caught on the wrong side. He's going to put the stick between the legs. Takes the tripping call. The Panthers get that power play just over the midway point here in the second.
All right, a much better effort in the second period. But Brodziak was able to win that faceoff. Upshaw knocked down the clearing attempt. Scotty Upshaw going strong to the net. Saved by Harding. Barkov back to the point. Here's Upshaw again. He's been impressive lately. Wild able to get the clear. Gilbert in the race with Cook. Gilbert fending off Matt Cook. So Upshaw, 6 points in his last 7 games.
Suter got caught up high. Allowed Upshaw to have some time and space.
Upshaw's in again, the drop pass. Gilbert back again. Upshaw in the corner. Barkov. He gets pinned to the boards. Prosser will lift it down the ice.
You get those chances. We saw Brad Boys hit the post in the first period there. Scotty Upshaw had that chance against Harding, but chances have been few and far between. Panthers have to make them count.
Now Goodbranson crosses the red line. Harding out of his net. He'll play it around the boards. No Panther was at the point. Kulikov now weaving his way to center ice. Fleischman on the wing with speed. Fleischman back for Kulikov. Bjugstad trying to get right in front. He's there. Bjugstad on the rebound. Stopped by Harding. Bjugstad was where he was supposed to be, but Harding made the save.
And for the Panthers, good entry. Nice pass, good entry into the zone. That's one of the biggest things you need on the power play. And then Bjugstad just battling in front, that net front presence, able to get that second chance. And Harding here has had a couple of big ones, big saves for the Wild. Good effort in front by Bjugstad to get to that puck. That big body, 6'6", camped out. You need that net front presence on the power play. Bjugstad able to have that there.
Big face-off here. Gotch is now 8 for 8 in the game. He's been perfect in the circle. Remarkable. He's been on a roll lately. And the Panthers able to control this one. Here's Gotch. Now it's Winchester out in front of the net. Gotch shoots. Winchester took a swipe at it. Winchester gets the puck to Gotch again. Up to the point. Goodbranson, but it's off his stick. You wonder if lately we see a lot of times in practice in the morning skates, John Madden, now an assistant coach, doing a lot of work with the centerman on those faceoffs. Campbell up at the point. Kopetsky goes cross ice. Kulikov drops it back. Campbell, here's Kopetsky. Firing one. He waited too long. Scandella blocked it. Power play is over. Puck still in the zone. Kopetsky. Marcel Gotch. Kopetsky down low. Puts it out towards the front of the net. Cut off by Scandella. Free at the end boards. Spurgeon got a stick on it. Gotch and Mitchell bang. Winchester in the battle. Mitchell finds Parisi. Koivu with a steal at center. Sends Coyle in. Coyle trying to feather one in front. Blocked away by Campbell. Bjugstad for Campbell. Pokes it ahead. Here comes Huberdeau, trying to speed by Suter, but couldn't do it. Fleischman now. Nice play by Huberdeau to stay on side. Bjugstad takes the puck. Bjugstad works along the boards. Stolen by Koivu. Parisi at center. Goodbranson stepped up. Parisi over the Panther line. Puts it behind the net. Motto took a look around. Nice little feed there for Brad Boys, who gets out. Boys trying to get it deep. Suter got a piece of it. Approaching 4 minutes to go in the second. Both Minnesota goals came in the opening period. Parisi's 10th and Pominville's 12th.
Panthers much better in the second. much more responsible. Decision-making has been a lot sharper. Clean things up. Haven't seen those mental lapses that we've seen in the first.
Sent all the way down. No Panther touched it there after the red line, so an icing call. 3:43 to go in the second. Inside the Panthers coming up, and there's a look. Game day at the BB&T Center when you can catch the latest edition. Free puck in the faceoff dot. Upshaw swooped in to get a stick on it. Barkov for Boys. Cleared all the way down, and this will not be an icing as the puck rolls on net. If you missed it late last night, Chris Versteeg and a minor leaguer traded to the Chicago Blackhawks. Panthers got forward Jimmy Hayes back, 23 years old. He's with the team, not in the lineup tonight. And Dylan Olsen, a defenseman, 22 years old. He's in the AHL. Oh, Eric Goodbranson throws the body. Konopka wants a piece of him. Goodbranson smart. After a good hit, no need for him to fight. Way to go, Goodbranson.
Parise and Pominville have the goal for the Wild. Pominville also has a red line energy rush. That's on that second goal that he was able to score. Sprinting up that ice, and Pominville's been red hot. That's that team-leading 12th goal of the season for Pominville. Also a red line energy rush. Been a pretty good pickup since coming over from the Buffalo Sabres, and Pominville has done a lot of damage against the Panthers in the time over his career. A lot of that spent with the Sabres, but 31 games coming into this one, had 11 goals, 18 assists, 29 points. Almost a point a game against the Panthers.
Yeah, he's had a heck of a career, I'll tell you that. 481 points now in his career. A lot of eyebrows were raised when they gave him that big 5-year contract, but early on, he is performing up to it for sure. Winchester able to clear, chases on. Gott's trying to get there. Brodin got a stick on it first. Granlund has some room in over the Panther line. They give to Pominville. He misses wide. Thomas came way out to cut down the angle. Kopetsky dumps in. Gotch behind the net. Poked away. Niederreiter feeds it around the boards. Fleischmann steps in. Point man is Goodbranson with a big slap shot right on. Harding will hold it.
Pominville there ripped one down the wing again, missed it wide. Justin, you stop it here. Just watch how far Tim Thomas comes out. He takes away the angle so effectively. Look how far, and there's just nothing to shoot at. Tim Thomas, that aggressive goaltending, cuts down the angle, and he forces a lot of shooters to shoot wide. Pominville there missed the cage.
Panthers have done a great job in the second period in front of Tim Thomas. Minnesota's out only 4 shots. Panthers with 8 here in the second, but haven't beaten Harding yet. Goodbranson tries again. The puck redirects. Motto jumped up, trying to keep the play alive, and Fleischmann now down low. Puts it out in front. Huberdeau couldn't get a stick on it. Coyle, the red line and the shoot-in. Koivu trying to get back to the point, but Spurgeon back skates into his own zone. Coming up at the intermission, a one-on-one interview with Zach Parise of the Wild. Here's a shot right on by Coyle. Huberdeau trying to get out. He got tripped up, and that's a penalty. Yeah, Koivu got the stick in there on Huberdeau, so the Panthers are going to get another power play chance.
Huberdeau gets upended. Panthers get another crack with the man advantage. We'll be back.
Panthers going to the power play. A goal here would be huge for Peter Horachek's team. And this morning he was asked about the trade made last night. He said, Chris Versteeg wasn't playing well for us. The Panthers trade Chris Versteeg to the Chicago Blackhawks. And here's the 2 players they get back. Jimmy Hayes is with the team. Dylan Olsen going to go to the AHL team. Both were high draft picks and have been good AHL players. Hayes has spent some time in the NHL already.
Big bodies, big size.
Wild again win that initial faceoff on the penalty kill, able to get the clear. So really the tale of 2 periods so far tonight. The difference has been in the first when Minnesota dominated, they were able to score twice, including one on the power play. Brodin deep in his own zone. Stolen away by Bjugstad. Feeds Gilbert. The wrist shot. Harding got a stick on that. Gilbert for Fleischmann. Fires cross ice. Campbell couldn't play it cleanly. Now he's got it. But under some pressure. Gets it to Huberdeau. Huberdeau. Out of the reach of Gilbert.
55 seconds left in the period. This would be huge late in the second, trying to get one on the board. Panthers need a greasy one.
Barkov with Upshaw and Kopecky now out there. Harding slows it down. Free in the corner. Upshaw able to find the puck. The give to Gilbert. Back for Scotty Upshaw. Upshaw moves in on the backhand. Try to go back to the point, but Campbell had moved down the wall. Now Campbell on the shoot-in. Upshaw gets after it, takes the check from Suter. Kopecky helps out. Ryan Campbell for Goodbranson. Throws it intentionally wide of the net. Kopecky then put it off the outside of the cage. Final seconds of this second period. Kopecky, Barkov, and that'll do it for the second. Power play still has 18 seconds left, but Ryan Suter and the stingy Minnesota Wild carry a 2-0 lead into the third.
Panthers cleaned a lot of things up. They get some chances against the goaltender Harding. Get a number of power plays. They will have a power play that will extend over into the third period, but you get power play chances against this team. You got to make sure that you find a way to get some power play goals. But for the Panthers there, at least they were smart, responsible, much better period. Now looking for a third period comeback.
Keep it right here on Fox Sports Florida, when Panthers fans live.
Look at downtown St. Paul, Minnesota. Panthers down by 2 after a couple of periods, looking to stage a comeback in the third. We'll take a look at our breakdown after 2 periods, and got to be able to make contact on the defenseman. Brad Boyes, much more. You can stop it here. Get in and just get in physical, make a hit. Separate the man from the puck. You can roll it. Does that against Stoner, and then a little extra hustle play at the end of it would get that puck back to the defenseman for the point shot. And then this is on the power play. Stop here. Suter is way up the defenseman, and they're going to give all this lane to Upshaw. If the defenseman gets caught up that high, you got to be able to get it to the net. This was on the power play, and that may be the best chance of the second period for the Panthers by Upshaw.
Peter Horachek's Panthers trying to come back in the third. They have a penchant for doing so this season, and many times when they've been down 2 goals. This will be a tough one, though. Minnesota, so good defensively. Gotch will be out there with Kopecky. Little instructions being whispered. Along with Winchester. Panthers with 18 seconds of power play time remaining to start the third. They need to get into the offensive zone in a hurry. Parise and Pominville scored in the first. That's been it. There's the shoot-in, but Spurgeon has plenty of room, but couldn't clear it out. Gotch knocked it down nicely. Brian Campbell, cross-ice, Gotch, one-timer save, rebound, Kopecky, and Harding makes the stop. Kopecky again, and then he lost it to Brodziak. Parise out of the penalty box. Great chances there by the Panthers.
Poor Thomas Kopecky just can't buy one. Harding able to close the wickets on that second chance. Good bomb by Gotch. And that rebound right on the stick of Kopecky.
Boy, Spurgeon had room too, Billy, and he shot it right up the middle, and Gotch got a glove on it. Thomas the save, and the Parise shot. Bjugstad sends Huberdeau in over the line. Deflected off Brodin. Brodin with Bjugstad. Bjugstad wins the battle, gets the puck to Huberdeau. Try to get it in front, tipped by Suter. Comes around the boards, Weavers at the point. Over to Kulikov. Threw it to the corner. Fleischmann sharp angle. Harding was there. So Josh Harding, who's had a super season for Minnesota in goal. 10-2-2 is the record. And has really come up big in this one to keep the Panthers off the board. Stoner sees some room, skates it over the line. The drop for Parise, stolen by Upshaw. Kulikov got the puck to center, and then it tips off Prosser's stick. Stoner all the way back. Goodbranson, the pass ahead, Barkov. Granlund got enough of his stick. Back at it tomorrow. The Panthers are in Colorado at 9 o'clock here on Fox Sports Florida. Barkov on the loose puck. Skates to center. 18-year-old Barkov gives to Motto, trying to jump up offensively. He puts it behind the net. Harding winds it around. Bergenheim flies into the offensive end. Throws the body in there. Goodbranson with Pominville. Bergenheim. Good work here by the Panthers. Granlund and Bergenheim to the boards. Bergenheim battling. Plays it in deep for Sean Matthias. He takes the hit from Spurgeon. Matthias nicely stays with it. Centering feed. Barch couldn't tee it up. Gives it to Gilbert at the point. Tom Gilbert winds. His slap shot was blocked away.
Starting to see some second efforts from the Panthers. Bergenheim, some tenacity on the puck.
Spurgeon plays it around for Mitchell. The help from Zenon Konopka. Gets the red line, gives to Heatley on the wing. Play broken up. Suter. And now Mitchell rings it around. Thomas slowed it down for Brian Campbell. Winchester, the puck deflects to center ice. Marcel Gotch. Plays it deep in the zone. Hustling over to the point. Nicely was Weaver to hold it in. Now Kopetsky behind the net. Fires it out in front. Stolen away by Winchester. Centering feed, score! Thomas Kopetsky! Oh, let it rain. The drought is over. And the Panthers have cut it to a one-goal game with 16:29 to go.
Starting to see second efforts from the Panthers, and after that first period, they've really dictated the pace of the play. The hustle, Kopetsky started this play behind the net and then just gets out in front. And Jesse Winchester again puts it right on his stick. Josh Harding can't find it. And finally, Kopetsky, the big gorilla, is off the back. He looks skyward. That is a man that is feeling a big sense of relief. Thomas Kopetsky, all kinds of chances. Finally gets goal number one, and the Panthers, some perseverance, find themselves back in the game one more time.
And there it is, the first of the season for Kopetsky, who's got a great chance on his previous shift. Jesse Winchester sets it up. He's got a 4-game point streak now. 8 in his last 11 for Winchester. And Fleischman's in the offensive zone, throwing one wide. Huberdeau puts it in front. Bukestad couldn't get there. Now it's Fleischman. Panthers pressing. Trying to get a pair of quick ones in the third. Motto plays it around for Bukestad behind the net. Checked by Stoner. Scooped up by Huberdeau. Goodbranson fires, deflected just wide by Bukestad. Bukestad again for Huberdeau. And Goodbranson has it go by him, though.
How many shots from Minnesota in the first? 11?
10 in the first.
So only 6 cents. So the Panthers will really put the clamps down on Minnesota. And they've been chipping away at it. We just said they needed to build momentum. Well, they built a little bit of momentum in the second period. It continues here in the third, but some second efforts, really hard on pucks, creating some turnovers, and now the Panthers get that early goal here in the third, and they got new life again.
Sent the length of the ice on goal, so there'll be no icing. Brodin around for Suter. Kulikov stepping up, battling along the boards. Brodziak, though, always seems to be down at that goal line defensively. Brodziak, centerman. And a Wild here as Kulikov's got a couple of steps on Fontaine, are called for an icing. The holidays are just around the corner. Give the gift of great concerts and hockey. Y100 Jingle Ball. The Billy Joel concert. You package them up with Panther tickets. It's a great gift. Go to FloridaPanthers.com. Those Billy Joel tickets for the second show, January 11th, are on sale now. They went on sale this morning. There's a look at Goodbranson. Has had a strong game here tonight. After the icing, the Wild able to clear it out. And they'll get those tired bodies off the ice. Quick line change. Winchester trying to catch him. Gains the zone. Winchester, sharp angle shot, and Harding able to make the save, so Billy, after the 3-game suspension, Jesse Winchester has picked up right where he left off.
He has, and get everything to the net, young man. Throw it towards the goaltending Harding. This is a smart play. You have nothing, you got bodies going to the front of the net. Almost handcuffed Harding on that short side. That's a good, hard-working line. Gotch, Winchester, Kopetsky. That's exactly how they get that goal, but get down that wing, you have no play, get that puck to the net. Good thing about this build now, goalie, you have an offensive zone draw.
Wild able to win that draw, though. Played up the boards, and Parise got it out. This is Winchester's 17th game this season. Only 3 times he failed to get a shot on goal. Not only plays that gritty game and goes north-south, but the offense, 8 points in his last 11. Remarkable. Panthers unable to break in cleanly. Coyle out at center. Protects that puck, and then he lost it. But Parise poked it back for Scandella. Panthers got a little giddy up in their step. But now Koivu, centering feed tipped away. Picked up by Huberdeau. 3 Wild players back. Huberdeau on the dump in. Barkov after the puck, but Coyle able to find Koivu. Niederreiter now will use his physical play to try to get after it. Battle at the end boards. Weaver. Niederreiter leans on him. Granlund plays it. Weaver cut it off in the corner. Races on. Niederreiter with Kulikov. Ooh, Niederreiter through the body. He's a physical young player, Niederreiter. Now put out in front of the shot tips. It may have hit the outside of the net. It was Stoner, the defenseman, jumping in. Niederreiter again. Kulikov works on him. Kulikov all over Niederreiter. Puck is under him. Barkov in the battle. Good response by Kulikov there. Granlund, sharp angle. Doesn't shoot. Try to look in front. Nobody there. Wild spending some time in the Panther zone. Now Barkov got a piece of it in the clear. Kulikov, you see him climbing back over the boards. That was a hard-working shift.
Niederreiter and Kulikov just entrenched in a battle down low. That was an intense one. Big hit by Niederreiter, and Kulikov wasn't happy about it, and the battle continued all the way. But that's what we've seen from the Panthers. Much more here in the second and third. That battle level has risen a lot.
Yeah, Kulikov went right back after him after the big hit by the 21-year-old Niederreiter. Look at the nice play by Matthias, shielding the puck. Breaking in, Matthias shoots, saved by Harding. Matthias split the D with a great effort there to get a shot on goal. He lost his stick. It actually broke, so he couldn't play that puck at center. Flipped over the Panther line. Boy, is this game picked up. Konopka now deep in the Panther zone. Motto leans on him. Goodbranson takes away. Kopetsky now has the Panther goal tonight, his first of the year. But the Panthers weren't able to get that puck deep.
Carbon copy of the game against Anaheim where they fell down early 2-0, but battled their way back. And they've been very good here in the Panthers' second and third period.
Gilbert racing back just ahead of Cook. Around for Campbell under pressure. Campbell trying to get free. Look out, turnover in front. Campbell tied up Fontaine, though. Wouldn't let him get a shot. But now it's Spurgeon firing, save by Thomas. Sent all the way down. Winchester trying to get there, but Scandella ahead of him. Icing on the Panthers.
And again, the Panthers have a tired group. We'll see what happens this time. A lot of times they'll send the centerman in to get intentionally kicked out to buy some time, or does Peter Horacek call a timeout? We'll see. See Kopetsky hunched over that stick, so whatever the decision, you'll see right here, you see Gotch and Kopetsky talking. Gotch is going to go in immediately and take the face-off, but they're going to need a line change as quickly as possible.
Well, Gotch has been great in the circle tonight. This is a huge one. And Gotch was able to win it again. Wow. Kopetsky's out, gets the red line, and there's the line change.
Big draw by Gotch, and he has been spectacular in that circle tonight, and that was a big face-off win.
Coyle down the wing into the Panther zone. Bjugstad throws the body in there, picked up by Koivu. Koivu trying to climb into the slot. Panthers wouldn't let him. Bjugstad takes away, moving with Huberdeau. Bjugstad has it knocked away. Huberdeau picks it up, shoots and scores! Hooby-dooby-doo! A huge goal in the third. zone. Gets him even.
Terrific individual effort by Bukestad. Defensive hockey, and then just splitting the D. He takes everyone with him. Stop here. Look at both those defensemen go with him. Huberdeau picks up the late loose change upstairs, but it's Bukestad. Both the defensemen, Brodin and Suter, collapse on Bukestad, and the loose change right on the stick of Huberdeau. And for Huberdeau, that is his first goal in 13 games, and it couldn't come at a better time.
You know he's been pressing. Jonathan Huberdeau's used to scoring goals. A huge one there, and we're tied.
What a play by Nick Bukestad, putting the pressure on the D. And then Huberdeau comes in. The pretty finish upstairs, knew exactly what to do with it. And the Panthers, again, have come from behind to tie it up.
Here comes Boys, moving into the offensive zone. Makes a move. Couldn't get through Stoner. Barkov sets up Kulikov. The wrist shot, he missed the net high. The Panthers have really come on strong after the first period. Control by Minnesota. 2 goals in the third have tied it. Bukestad now with points in 4 of his last 5 games, and Barkov holds it in beautifully. Boys along the boards. Down low at Scotty Upshaw. Plays it to the point for Kulikov. Boys now again. Pominville is with him. A couple of former Sabres there, and Pominville took it away.
And they just picked up the momentum one shift at a time. It wasn't a lot in the second period, but it was better. And it's continually getting better. And then in this third period, they have really taken it to another level. Minnesota right now can't keep up with the Panthers. All kinds of pressure. Panthers really getting after them.
Matthias gives to Bergenheim. Bergenheim flips in and gets after the puck. Fontaine is back and moved it along quickly. Scandella up ahead for Cook. Brodziak pushes it deep into the Panther zone. Nice play by Campbell. Takes the hit from Cook. Gets the puck to Barch, but he gives it away. And Brodziak puts it in front for Cook. Saved by Thomas. Oh, big stop there by Tim Thomas after the turnover. Campbell for Matthias. And the clear that time. Kopetsky from Winchester at 3:31. And then moments ago, Huberdeau from Bukestad. And the Panthers have come back against the top home team in the NHL in Josh Harding. Tie this game in the third. Free at the Panther line. Cleared out to center. Koivu puts it right back in.
Almost a carbon copy of the game against Anaheim. They fell down 2-0, came back. But it's a couple big penalty kills too, Goldie, that they were able to get against Minnesota. This 5th-ranked power play. They had to kill a couple of big ones to get through that and just stick with it. They've been able to stick with their game plan. They shored up things. Didn't see those mental lapses in the second period, and getting after Minnesota physically here in the third.
Unable to clear the zone. Top line on for the wall. Put in front, and Coyle scores. The Panthers had a chance to get it out, and they couldn't. And Minnesota reclaims the lead.
Can't get the puck out of the zone. Little chip back in. Coyle gets inside positioning. You can see the inside positioning he has on Motto. Motto's on the wrong side, and Coyle just uses that big body to shield Motto. Motto can't get to him. Coyle gets number 2, and Minnesota gets the lead. Just that turnover quickly back in, and Coyle camped out in front. Gets the go-ahead goal.
Boy, does that one hurt. Panthers with a great effort to get even. Then the 21-year-olds use that 6'3", 220-pound frame to get position in front of Tim Thomas.
And on the defenseman, Motto, he did a good job shielding Motto from getting there and had his stick right on the ice, prepared for that pass, and the quick bang-bang play gets in behind Thomas.
So we see the big body in Bukestad create the tying goal, and then Coyle using the big body to get the go-ahead goal. And the Panthers are down a goal again. Spurgeon at the face-off circle, goes to the goal line. Sweeps behind the net. Scandella up high. Big response by Minnesota to reclaim the lead after Huberdeau tied it. Koivu, his second assist of the game. Gilbert for Bukestad. Panther looking ahead. Panthers couldn't get through center ice cleanly, though, and Granlund dumps in. Gilbert back along with Pominville. They cancel each other out. Barkov feeds Upshaw. Boys try to run through center, but it was touched with a high stick. 7:20 to go in the game. The Panthers battle back to tie it. The Wild have the lead again. The first of a 5-game road trip for the Panthers. Right back at it with back-to-backs against the Colorado Avalanche. What a start they've gotten off to. 9 o'clock, we're on the air with you from Denver.
Tough one to borrow. 7:20 remaining tonight in Minnesota. Huberdeau had the tying goal, but Coyle got one just minutes later for Minnesota to restore the Wild lead.
They hear the offside and then yelled Scotty, meaning Upshaw, so he got out of his zone. Play rolls on, approaching 7 minutes left. Barkov with Upshaw trying to clear. Good work by Pominville, and now it's Granlund back behind the Panther net. Gilbert up the wing for Boys, and Barkov is out. Alexander Barkov in over the offensive line and tipped away by Brodin, scooped up by Suter. Niederreiter, well, he caught a stick up in the face as he goes off to the bench. Wow, what a third period this has been. Marcel Gotch trying to get some space, dumps in. Prosser round the boards. Goodbranson checks Parise. Parise lifts it to the line. Nice play by Kopecky to glove it down. Winchester gets there first. Put it in the corner. Winchester again. It gets through to the point. Goodbranson with a wrist shot. Saved by Harding in the glove and no rebound. There's Winchester there again. Timeout with exactly 6 minutes left. The Panthers down a goal.
Panthers down by 1, 6 minutes left. Time for our Chamberlain save of the game. Tim Thomas on Matt Cook on that side of the net. Quick and agile. Look how quickly he goes down and gets back up. Still got a lot of flexibility at the age of 39.
Another one-goal game for the Panthers. 10 of their last 13 have been decided by a goal. See if they can get another one by Harding here in the third. Wouldn't that be something? He doesn't give up many. Bukestad wins the draw, gets it back to Campbell. Around for Fleischman. Try to get it out in front, tipped away. Now it's Bukestad taking over. Back home here in Minnesota. Had the assist on the goal by Huberdeau. Coyle has it knocked away. Gilbert takes a shot. Saved by Harding, and he'll hold it. And Bukestad's right there in front. In a little scuffle with Suter.
Just growing every single game is Bukestad. Another impressive outing. It starts with a face-off win. Panthers have been good in the circle and big body and use it, get to that front of the net. That's where you're going to score goals. That blue paint. No rebound from Harding. Bukestad right there in the battle with Suter. Boy, Nick Bukestad. Just really growing leaps and bounds every single game.
No, you're right. You're seeing more and more out of him. 18-plus minutes the last 3 games. He'll be there again tonight. Points now in 4 of his last 5. Spurgeon able to clear. Gilbert's back. Huberdeau had some trouble with that bouncing puck. There to assist is Gilbert. Campbell leads the rush. Campbell flips in. Gilbert's got the green light offensively to go in deep. Gilbert and Huberdeau trying to dig it out of there. Brodziak for Minnesota. Scandella in the scrum. Panthers work it free. Scandella got a stick on it. Fleischman regains control. Puts it out in front. Fontaine was positioned well. Now you know the Wild are going to really try to tighten it up defensively. Minnesota gives up the fewest shots on goal in the NHL, 24 a game. Panthers are at 22. Barkov after it at the end boards. Long with Upshaw. Brodin is there as well. Right here. Granlund watches Upshaw. Wild able to work it free. We'll see Suter and Brodin a lot here late in the game as that ice time for those two, particularly Suter, monumental. Matthias got it over the line cleanly. Gets the drop pass. Now back to Barkov. Try to get it in front to Upshaw. Stolen away by Suter. Matthias able to play the Pominville clearing attempt. Matthias protects the puck. Gives to Goodbranson. Kulikov now. Didn't take the shot. Tried to pass down low. That's cut off.
Like to get Kulikov just wired at the net. Tried to make that pass. Does not get through.
Nice move by Kulikov. Gets in over the line. Rings it around for Matthias. Bouncing puck, bottom of the circle. Niederreiter on the clear. 3:45 to go. And this will be an icing on the Wild. Remember, they don't have a timeout left. Due to popular demand, a second Billy Joel show has been added at the BB&T Center on January 11th. Tickets are now on sale. They're going fast. Get them at Ticketmaster.
Faceoffs become big now. Marcel Gotch has been the best faceoff man for the Panthers.
Against Koivu. Gotch won it. Campbell throws one intentionally wide of the net. Winchester back there. Looking out in front. No Panther was there. Now Kopecky up high. Fires and Harding got a piece of it. Up and out of play. The Minnesota Wild will get a change here. 3.5 to go, and the Panthers are pushing for the tie.
Another tight one here. Minnesota and the Panthers. Kopecky gets his first goal of the season after 47 shots. Nick Bjugstad coming back home. Has an assist tonight. He's had a really strong game. Pominville a goal and assist. 12 goals, 4th in the NHL. And the Panthers trying to spoil Josh Harding's perfect record at home, 8-0-0.
And here's what was going on the Panther bench. Brian Skrudland emphatic with the instructions. The Panthers trying to climb back and get it tied again.
Huddled around there. And they've been winning a lot of draws.
And Gotch, 12 of 14 in the circle here tonight. Battle on the boards. Coyle, who has the go-ahead goal, controls. Gets it free to Brodin. Parisi chips it off the boards and got it out. Panthers out shooting Minnesota 23-20. Half of those shots for the Wild came in the opening period. But Coyle scored here in the third to break the 2-2 tie. Winchester working behind the net. Brodin is with him. Kopecky and Suter there as well. Kopecky lost his helmet. Coyle able to poke it down the ice. Here comes Gilbert trying to catch him in a line change. Kopecky cut off by Cook. 2:45 left in the third. Free puck. Kopecky on the back check. Wouldn't let Brodziak break in. We're right back at it tomorrow night at 9 from Denver. Panthers and the Avalanche. Huberdeau shoots in. Spurgeon. Charged by Bjugstad. Goes off the glass, able to get it out. Panthers need to find a way to spend some time in the offensive zone here. Fleischmann sends Huberdeau in with possession. Poked off his stick. Work along the boards here. Brodziak controls. Fires cross ice. Little too hard for Spurgeon. Fleischmann has Huberdeau in front, but the pass went through Bjugstad as well.
Just gunned that pass to Fleischmann. Had a lot of heat on it. Bjugstad couldn't handle it.
Nice pass by Kulikov. Fleischmann is in. Fleischmann holds, then knocked away by Spurgeon. We get down to 1:45 left in regulation. Panthers live postgame coming right up. It has been a good one, another one-goal game. Kopecky at center. Could not break in. You see Tim Thomas there. Starting to creep out if the Panthers can get it deep. Here goes Thomas. Campbell hammers it in. Now the hard work must ensue. Barkov with the battle. Panthers hold it in with the extra skater on. But Suter behind his own net. Double team there. Upshaw and Kopecky trying to work it free with Bjugstad. Bjugstad's got it. Bjugstad trying to climb to the slot. Fed Campbell. Over to Gilbert. The wrist shot knocked down. Coyle has it poked away. But here's Koivu on the clear. And a great clear by the Minnesota captain. No icing. Huberdeau makes a move. Feeds it cross ice. Knocked away again by Koivu. 45 to go. So tough to penetrate this Minnesota defense. Huberdeau at center. Makes a move, gets around two men. Huberdeau goes down. Picked up by Fleischman. Upshaw. Stopped by Harding. Here's Gilbert at the point. Half a minute to go. Campbell rips one wide. Upshaw behind the net. Rolls it around the boards. Fleischman got it to Gilbert. He holds it in beautifully. Finds Fleischman along the boards. Fleischman circles back. Gilbert trying to tee it up but couldn't. Parisi doesn't have a stick. Gilbert takes a shot, deflected away by Koivu. We're down to 10. Upshaw throws the body in there. Panthers need to get it in front of the net with 5. It's in front, but Bukestad had it go behind him. So close, but that'll do it. The Wild win it by a goal.
Terrific effort for the Panthers last two periods. I mean, they really brought it. After falling down again, they get a couple in the third to tie it 2-2. But the winner would come on the stick of the Minnesota Wild. Charlie Coyle gets his second of the year. That would end up being the game winner. Panthers pushed and pushed. You can see how this team plays when they play the right way with the effort. Again, though, 60 minutes. It's about 60 minutes. First period tonight cost the Panthers, but a valiant comeback falls inches short. We'll take a look at our accurate collision of the game. There's Gudbranson, a physical force, punishing Danny Heatley under the seat of his pants. Just a clean, perfect check for our accurate collision of the game.
What a third period we had. The Panthers battled and battled, got it tied, but the Minnesota Wild escaped with the 3-2 win. Panthers Hockey on Fox Sports Florida was brought to you by Lexus. The all-new Lexus IS. It's your move at your South Florida Lexus dealer. And by Accurate Collision, the official collision shop of the Panthers. The Panthers starting a 5-game road trip, and what an effort in the second and third period. Kopecky and then Huberdeau got the game tied, but the Wild would get the game winner from Charlie Coyle as it sneaks in. All the highlights, the wrap-up, and what's coming up for the Panthers is your way next.